Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind, guys. I'm really excited to drop some insane value bombs on you today. What if I told you I could teach you how to brand, grow, and scale your business with very little money or no money out of your pocket, in some cases, along some big brand names and celebrities? I just think this formula is going to blow your mind. So I hope you have a pen and paper, and I hope you're ready for some great value. And by the way, welcome back to the Mastermind. I want to be here every day for inspiration, motivation, and education for you. But today, full disclosure, I did not plan this episode. I've actually been down at our studio, a new studio we have set up, the E-Pipe studio, where we've got a 20-foot digital wall. We've got a ton of equipment, and it's an amazing new resource we're going to have for the business. But full disclosure, I did not plan this episode. I've been going all day, kind of lost my voice a little bit as well. But I want to share with you a couple of announcements that I've not shared, and I want to give you some stuff that you have never seen and you are absolutely going to be blown away with. So what I want to do today is I want to share with you the ultimate formula for creating authority for you and your business. This is something that's going to help you to brand, grow, and scale your business. But the bottom line is, like I said, in full disclosure, I did not plan out this episode, and for those of you that know me well, you know I like to have a lot more organization. So we may come back with this with a future episode, which is going to be much more concise. But I thought, hey, why not give you guys the insider's edge and give you some stuff that no one else has gotten? It's not even been released yet. And so I want to share with you really the sizzle tonight. I want to share with you something that I think can really help you. And then tomorrow what I will do is I will break down a 7-step formula that you can use to grow your business. But tonight, I'm going to share with you a formula that you can use to build brand authority, something that can help you to get credibility in the marketplace. So first, let's talk about the problem out there. If you have a business, you're an entrepreneur, even if you're an investor, but a business owner, entrepreneur, CEO, high-level executive, one of the challenges you have in the marketplace right now is being seen. It's so complicated out there. It's so overwhelming out there. So many people are becoming influencers, and really it's more and more difficult to be seen in the marketplace. And let's be honest, if you want to grow your business and your revenue, you've got to be seen. You got to have some degree of influence. Well, I'm here to tell you, and you've probably kind of seen this in the marketplace, that one of the number one ways you can be seen and actually stand out in a crowd is to build your brand and build your credibility and authority in the marketplace. Now, I want to pause for a second, and I want you to think about this because so many terms are thrown out all the time. There's a big difference between branding yourself, adding credibility, and then having authority. What I want to talk to you today about is being an authority in the marketplace. Everyone can build a brand. You got the colors, you've got the logo, you got something that helps you to stand out. And a lot of people can generate credibility. I mean, look, everyone can have their moment in time, their 1 minute of fame, I call it. But building yourself as an authority is a huge difference in the marketplace. And I believe to stand out and to create a successful business, you need to be able to be an authority in your business, in your marketplace, in your industry. And I also think, and this is a really important thing I want you to think about, that there's a huge opportunity in the industry of podcasting. You may not know this. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of podcasts out there. Last time I checked, I think there was like 150,000 podcasts. But it's a super fast-growing industry. It's an industry that's done maybe $23 million. It's going to $1 billion as far as revenue, but it's super fast-growing. And the reason is because you can get into podcasting for little or no money. And if you can get some knowledge, it's one of the reasons that so many people call me up and ask me about podcasting, because we're going to be going on our 1,000th episode, if you can believe it. I can't even believe it sometimes. 5 years, 1,000 episodes. Now, I did podcasting because I wanted to just have something for me, a daily ritual, something that can inspire, motivate, and educate others. It's something I wanted to do. I haven't ever sold anything or taken on any sponsors, but you can use it as a true business strategy. I'm working right now with Franklin Planners. I'm working with some big names to help them start a podcast. But podcasting is an industry that can help you to grow your brand and authority. And it's also something that you can use to really be that one domino And this is the point I want you to understand, is that podcasting can help you create that one domino that can give you content that you can use for blogs, for articles, for videos, for audio only. And you can use it for social media clips and so many things, which I'll get into a little bit later here. But there's a massive opportunity in podcasting right now, and it's only one piece of the puzzle, but I want you to take a serious look that if you have a business and you have any kind of content that you want to share or any kind of reputation or credibility you want to create, podcasting is a way to do that. And I'm going to tell you how you can use podcasting to get more leads, more sales, more transactions, and all these things with little to no money out of your pocket. So what I've done, I want to give you a couple of pieces of information. First of all, I don't have any sound effects on the podcast here, but beep, 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 look, we just had a major merger acquisition here at the Daily Mastermind and my company, the Evolution Group. We've partnered up with 3 really, really big companies, one in the payment processing space. They process $1 billion, more than $1 billion. One is in the magazine and authority space, Valiant CEO magazine. And many of you know that I'm a writer for Valiant CEO magazine. They've done 5,000 interviews. They interview thousands of CEOs. Feel free to go check them out, valiantceo.com. And then also with a good partner of ours, one that I did fractional CMO work with, epipe.io is their place. But one of the things that I love about this acquisition, and one of the reasons you should be super excited, is that we now have a huge amount of funding, credibility, technology, and exclusive resources that no one else in the marketplace has. And that's all stuff I'm going to bring to you through the Daily Mastermind. But here is the thing I wanted to talk to you about tonight. I've developed a formula for creating authority. I have not given it out. I haven't talked about it. I haven't trained on it. You are the first to hear about this formula. It's a 4-step formula that's designed to help you create massive authority. It's the things that I believe you need to have that will be uniquely different from most of the stuff you've seen. In other words, a lot of people can get some fame and some logos and branding and credibility, maybe even get seen here or there. But I believe if you follow these 4 steps, they're going to help you create massive credibility. So I'm going to jump into them right now. I hope I don't go very long. I want to respect your time here. But these are the 4 steps right off the bat. Number 1 is a core strategy. Step number 2 is create authority. And number 3 is align technology. And number 4 is get a distribution plan. Now, let me break this down for you. It's going to be a little fast and furious, but I wanted to give this to you, and then I'll come back and I'll do a little bit more. But just know that you are the first to be able to experience this. The first step in creating massive authority, the ultimate authority, is a process that I like to call the perfect interview. The perfect interview. What this is this is your ability to be able to have a presentation, a script, an interview where you can really truly talk about who you are, what you do, why you do it, and how people can work with you. See, when you get the perfect interview or the ideal interview, you can use that all the way through your whole life cycle of your company. You'll have an audio, you'll have an article, you can convert that to podcasts, you can put that in YouTube video clips. But having that strategy is the most important piece. Now, I'm not going to have time to get into it now, but if you know anything about our 7 steps to grow your business, the second step is strategy. And strategy means you've got to have your market dominating position. What is it that separates you from everyone else? Strategy means you've got to understand who your market is, what your message is, and what type of media you want to use to get your message out there. And more importantly, you've got to understand what your offers are. So many people go out with, interviews and presentations and things without a true call to action. But the first step of creating massive authority that benefits you is to have a core strategy. And it's wrapped around this concept of the perfect interview. And I'm going to give you more information about this later. But once you have that core message, you need to go to the second step, which is you've got to create some authority. And in my opinion, and what I've seen in the marketplace, it's so important that you create authority a couple of ways. Number 1, you've got to have a brand, and you've got to create some credibility around that brand. But true authority comes from being featured. And not only featured, like if you're in a podcast or an article, or you've been featured like I have been in news or in publications. Being featured is one step. I believe the ultimate authority, you'll be featured frequently, meaning everyone can have their 1 minute of fame, right? You've got to get a way that you can consistently be featured frequently. And I have some resources that are going to help you to do that, which will not cost you anything. And also, the next step, the ultimate step of being authority, is to be predictably featured. I'm not going to get into this right now, but when you can be featured and know when it's going to happen, because most magazines, articles, things you do online, you can't predict when you're going to get in there if it's anything that's actual credible. Like with Valiant CEO magazine, we had Grant Cardone on the cover. We've had Kathy Ireland on the cover, James Dixon on the cover. If you're featured in a magazine like that, you generally don't know when it's going to come out, when you're going to be featured. But if you could be predictably featured, all of a sudden you can line your campaigns and your marketing up around that. So follow me here. You got a good strategy. You're now getting featured frequently. And then you've got to have this core piece most people don't have, which is technology. If you do all kinds of branding and authority and you don't have a way to capture and convert leads, you are wasting your time. You're spending a lot of money hoping something's going to happen. And so you've got to have technology. I recommend things like mobile, video, text. I'll kind of show you how we can use that and how I use that here in a little bit. But make sure you have some type of strategy that allows you to capture leads, because it's very difficult in an article, a podcast, and things like that to actually get people to give you their information. But we've got some really cool technology that will help you to do that. And this is just value I want to be able to bring you guys. So once you have a core strategy, you create frequently featured authority and you grab technology. Then the key is you've got to distribute the content. You've got to distribute the stuff. That's the fourth step. You've got to get seen. You've got to get seen. Now, in our 7-step formula, which I'll talk about for overall business growth, we talk about 3 types of traffic, 3 types of ways you can get leads. You can either, you can get free traffic or free marketing, which is, like social media and podcasting and your database and things like this. Or you could borrow traffic, borrow leads from other people. That's why you guest appear on podcasts, and that's why you go out and speak to other audiences so you could borrow their audience. Or you can use paid ads. That's one of the things I do in a lot of my companies. But what I want to talk to you about is the free and borrowed traffic. I mentioned before, I think there's a huge opportunity in podcasting. We're going to come out with some free courses on podcasting and several things like that. But let me give you just a few examples of once you have a great ideal interview or piece of content, you are got some branding and authority around it, and you've got a way to capture leads, you can go out and you can use things like create a podcast, or you could guest on other podcasts. You would be surprised how many people create massive amounts of leads just by guesting on other podcasts. You could speak at events. You could hold your own event. You could put out social media clips. When you have a great message, like an interview, you can clip that up into all kinds of social media, or you could just send offers to your own database if you have a database. But those are all ways that you can do it. And that's the formula I wanted to share with you: the strategy, the authority, the technology, and the distribution. Now, I'm going to give you an example of this because we're out of time. We're way over. I just couldn't wait to give you guys this information. But one of the ways that I use when I'm being featured or when I'm doing things is I use a technology with ePipe I mentioned earlier, where I have people just text a keyword to my 800 number. And when they do that, it grabs their information, it sends them my digital video business card or any kind of landing page that I have, and it allows them the opportunity to be able to get information. But it does all the work for me. So I'm going to give you a little example of something to do. If you would like, what I want to do is this. I want to give you, it's not out yet, but for those of you that are listening to this episode, if you would like to get a copy of our latest Grant Cardone Valiant CEO magazine online, if you want to get a copy of the 7-step overall growth formula that I use to, in my high net worth, clients grow their business, and you also would like to get this Ultimate Authority Formula PDF, which has detailed stuff like I just talked about and gives you some of those links to resources, I'll give you all those for free. I'll give you all that information for free. Here's all you need to do. And follow me closely here, because this is the example I want you to see. I want you to text the keyword. I want you to text the word G3, no space, G, which is for George, 3 for George Wright III, right? So G, the letter G, the number 3, G3. Text that to my 800 number, and the 800 number is 888-372-3948. So grab your phone, get a text out, text 888-372-3948. And when you text the keyword G3 to that 800 number, immediately my technology will send you back a link to my digital video business card, which, by the way, you can use to connect with me. You can see all the different things that I'm doing. You can see all my social medias. You can get a little video from me. But on there's a button, and it says episode 987, free gift. Click on that button, put your email address in, and I will send you all these gifts for free. And it'll also at the exact same time show you how slick and easy this technology is. But do not miss out on this gift. This is stuff that we will be selling later on down the road in our companies, but I'm going to give it to you for free just because you were here. I was here late. I felt like I wanted to share it with you, so I hope it's something that brings you value. And I hope some of these ideas I've kind of thrown out to you are getting your mind going. So that's my message for today. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I hope you have an amazing day. Please share this episode. Share it with someone you know. Hopefully it'll bring them value as well. And I look forward to talking with you soon. Once again, my name is George Wright III. This has been the Daily Mastermind. Have a great night.